Hey, how's it going YouTube? Domino Paris 21 here, and I'm back again to present to you guys an updated version of my Soulless OTT deck. Now, as most of you guys should already be aware, Soulless OTT is one of my absolute favorite decks in Vanguard. I've been playing this deck for some time now, always making constant modifications to it. As you can tell, this is probably I don't know, 5th version or such. I don't know. I've done so many versions of this deck. I lost count. And of course, Scarlet Witch Coco is one of the major inspirations for making this Urza Scarlet mat that you see in a lot of my backgrounds of my recent videos. Obviously because, I think Urza Scarlet and Scarlet Witch Coco are like twin sisters. I don't know. That's just me. Leave a thumbs up if you actually agree with that. But that's definitely one of the inspirations for this playmat. But yeah, Scarlet Witch Coco is still an amazing skill, amazing card. The deck has pretty much had the same focus strategy for some time now, but it's still proving very effective. Of course, with the high damage output, with the intense amount of crits they run, on top of the massive hand advantage they build. So really effective deck, and was able to test with some new cards that actually was released with set 9, of course. So really amazing. So now, before with Coco, you used to partner up with Sakuya, but now, this time around, you're going to be now partnering up with Battle Sister Cookie, one of the cards released in set 9. Now, for some time, for a while, ever since I heard about guys putting in cookies in their Soulless OTT decks, I definitely disregarded Cookie in my Soulless OTT deck. I never really considered her as an option as well at all. And I could tell you that all the negative things I said about Cookie is wrong. I finally got a chance to actually effectively test her and tried her out, and I actually understood the full value that she definitely brings to this deck. So, with Cookie, of course, she does bring a little bit more power, more consistent power to the deck, obviously because she is a power limit breaker, and her secondary skill is nice to give you a little bit more added draw power to the deck and a little bit more speed to the deck as well. So yeah, these two actually combos very well, a lot better than I actually expected, so I'm really happy for that. So without further ado, let's actually get to the deck profile. So obviously for your starter, you have your Little Witch Lulu. If you're not using her as a starter and you plan to play Soulless, then I don't know, you have to run her. It's simple as that, so really no changes there. Now next up for the Great 3s, of course, you have your 4 Scarlet Witch Coco. I think by now we should already know what she does, so I'm not going to get really in details at all with her. But the card I'm going to talk a little bit about is 4 copies of Battle Sister Cookie. Oh, excuse me, I just had a soda. So Battle Sister Cookie. Now, she is a really good addition to the deck in terms of, like I said earlier, providing a little bit more consistent power, especially towards the late stages of the game, and providing a little bit more extra draw power, which of course increases the speed of the deck, because obviously you're turboing through your deck, thinning it out. So it does make your triggers come faster. Now, so Cookie, what she does is she is a power limit breaker, meaning that at limit break 4, she does gain a plus 5,000 power when she attacks the Vanguard. So like I said, late game, the plus 5,000, it's like non-conditional at that point. So as long as you're at 4 damage, it's an easy plus 5, so it's easy to hit numbers late game. And of course, her secondary skill is when you ride her as Vanguard, you counterblast 2 to draw 2 cards and discard a card. Now, the skill itself didn't seem so mediocre to me, and I didn't really understand why would you, spend counterblast in a deck like this when you want to use it for Coco. She's still not she's still not too bad as an alternate ride, if you can't open with Coco, of course. But also, like I said, she provides a little bit more actual draw power, because just drawing more cards in your deck, fishing for more key cards in the deck is still very essential. And like I said, since you're thinning out the deck so much, you're creating a little bit more speed to the deck. So I'm going to talk a little bit, in a little bit I'll actually talk a little bit how thinning out the deck really helps. But yeah, but overall she's really good. And now also I do play, of course, the special booster for her, Battle Sister Creme. So it does give her some more versatility in the rear guard as well. So yeah, it's a very nice versatile card in this deck. So yeah, I'm really loving it so far. Next up for Grade 2s. Grade 2s are very straightforward. You have your 4 Wiseman, 4 Mocha, and 3 Tom. This is probably the most consistent lineup you can really run for this deck. You know, this is still like a beatdown oriented deck, so of course, you know, 10Ks are always reliable and consistent in a beatdown oriented style of deck. And Mocha's, of course, hitting for 11K is so huge in this deck. Just because now, since you don't have a Sakya to pick up your starter Little Witch Lulu, you're pretty much going to have to make the most with her as being a 5K booster on your field. So Mocha is the ideal unit you do want to place in front of Lulu, because she obviously hits for 16, which is usually a good number nowadays. So it's really good, and obviously the 11K helps hit for really amazing numbers, particularly against cross rides, so really, really important in the deck. And then 3 Silent Tom. 3 Silent Tom is still very balanced for me. I really wish I could run 4, but of course, you know, cross rides are running around, so he's not your consistent win condition as much anymore. But 3 is still balanced nonetheless. You know, I still like to save him for late game as well. Anyway, he's still a pest to deal with. So that's it for grade 2s. Very straightforward. And then grade 1s. Of course, you have your 4 copies of your strange naked twin Terminator babies. So 8K boosters, always important to most decks for the most part. 4 perfect guards, pretty much a standard in just about every deck I play. And then I run, oops, got this out of order, sorry about that guys. 3 copies of Battle Sister Creme. So she is the special booster that I mentioned earlier for Battle Sister Cookie. Where's my cookie? Here you go. So yeah, cookies and cream. Yes, that's a pretty cute combination right there. But yeah, so the way it works is whenever she boosts Battle Sister Cookie, whether it's in the rear guard or Vanguard, whether it's behind Vanguard or rear guard, she gains plus 5,000. So she is an 11K booster for Cookie. So what that means for the deck, of course, is that you know, late game you can have her behind a Cookie in the Vanguard circle to hit for 26. Which is the highest number that this deck is able to hit which is nice. And but most importantly, you can essentially make a 21K rearguard column, which is really before this deck really could never hit 21K in the rearguard unless you like play Meteor Break Wizard. But that was never a card that I advised to play in Soulless anyway. So it helps give you a little bit more added depth in terms of a little bit more power, like I mentioned. To this deck, so it's pretty good by hitting those nice little numbers there. So she's really, really good. So that's what makes Cookie pretty versatile in the deck, like I mentioned. And then next and lastly, for the rest of the grade 1s, you have 3 copies of Battle Sister Omelette. Now you will be constantly abusing your creams a lot, so you will be freeing up your soul. Now you know, freeing up your soul is not too essential as much. But it's still really good just to be able to keep using Creme's skill constantly, especially late game. Now with Omelette, of course, while you're soulless, she gains plus 3,000 when she attacks. So obviously, you know, like when you first ride your first grade 3, she's a nice unit to draw into, just because having having nice good standalone beaters is really nice, especially when you first ride your grade 3. So being able to attack for 10 and boost for 7 is always really good in this deck. So yeah, just a nice versatile card, which is what I like. So yeah, as you see here, I don't play Weather Girl Milk in this deck because obviously you don't need her anymore. Because Cookie, like I said, really easy to hit numbers. You put her behind Creme, you put her in front of Creme to hit for 26 in the Vanguard column or 21 in the rear guard. But most importantly, you could just use your 8Ks behind a Cookie in the Vanguard circle to hit for 23, which is of course good against cross rides. So yeah, I never really had any problems hitting numbers necessary in this deck, so pretty good. So yeah, it's a nice consistent solid lineup, so really can't complain too much about it. So yeah, like I said, I definitely said a lot of bad things about Cookie. I definitely disregarded her in Soulless, but now that I've tested her and actually fully understood how to play the deck, it's been working great. And oh yeah, let me actually, the triggers real quick. Sorry about that, guys. 12 crit, still 12 crit, and for heal, really nothing special to it. That's kind of why I forgot. It's the same thing as before. But one thing to keep in mind, Psychic Bird actually plays a larger role in the deck. Just because I do find myself definitely using the Psychic Birds a lot, just to give a little more draw power in the deck. And of course, it's a Soul Blast fodder for your Creme. So it's a really, really nice little combination there. So Psychic Birds, you definitely want to conserve these as much as you can for those reasons. But yeah, like I was saying overall, yeah, so Coco and Cookie's been working out pretty well together. Like I said, Cookie's very versatile in this deck. And I can tell you that, for the most part, just because of the consistent draw power skills that you have across the board for your grade 3 lineup, I mean, you'll definitely be speeding through your deck a lot. So that, like, most of the time, like when I've been testing, I've been healing, like, you know, easily 4 or 5 times in a lot of my games, just because obviously, you know, I thin out the deck so much so that once it hits those later stages in the game, I start like recycling my heal triggers so that when I have like, you know, 15 cards left in my deck, and then I just start like hitting my heals like crazy late game. So I mean, that's huge, of course. And so yeah, so I mean, the deck has definitely gotten a lot more speed and a little bit more power too as well. So yeah, very, very happy with the deck for my testing. So yeah, as always, guys, feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, what your current builds of Soulless OTT are. So feel free to share that with me. And as always, feel free to leave a comment. I don't know if you can see my thumb, but feel free to leave a thumbs up on the video if you like what you saw. That's always appreciated. And once again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Get ready for some matches.